Hello you guys, so before I get to the important things in this video, I just want to tell you guys that I had recently, or me and my mother recently installed Instagram, and I'm not using Instagram to reach people. I just wanted to go to the new things of the Serpent Queen, like what new videos are there on Instagram, instead of just watching them without signing in, instead of just watching there and having to sign in. Like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like watching those videos without signing in because they say Instagram on Google. So and I know there are other things. There are other clips of Serpent Queen on Facebook, but I'm not gonna install another app. All right. So anyways, getting to the important things. This video is about what Elizabeth and Catherine's relationship would be like in the Serpent Queen. So, the first episode of season 2 just came out last Friday, and Elizabeth had still not shown up yet. And so I still have a chance to talk about this before Elizabeth shows up, before Elizabeth debuts in the Serpent Queen. So, so far in the trailers and the promos and everything else about the future 7 episodes of the Serpent Queen season 2, we see that Elizabeth is very evil to Catherine. Then the real life, we see the Serpent Queen Elizabeth I is very evil to the Serpent Queen Catherine de Medici. What I'm trying to say is that so far in the trailers, promos, and other things about the future 7 episodes of the Serpent Queen Season 2, we see the Serpent Queen Elizabeth I being more evil to the Serpent Queen Catherine de Medici more than the relationship, more than how Elizabeth I and Catherine de Medici are evil in real life. So, I think what Elizabeth is trying to do is she's trying to have Calais back. Because the real life Elizabeth wanted Calais back. I think that's what the Serpent Queen Elizabeth I is going to do. So, anyways, getting to what their relationship would be like, in the Serpent Queen. Okay, so we know that it says in the Googles, I read in the articles on the websites on Google that it says that Elizabeth is going to dance with Catherine, and I've seen a beginning of a promo that on Instagram that Elizabeth looked like she was in a banquet, and I see Francis of Guise, and she's in France, and it looks like she's gonna dance with Catherine. So here's what's gonna happen, I think. So they're gonna first meet each other, and then they're gonna get along. They're gonna become friends. Then they're gonna dance together. They're gonna eat together on a dinner outside. They're gonna eat together outside in France, because I've seen an image of that. I've seen an image on that because I've seen an image on most of the articles on Google and I think one image of that on Instagram. So sorry for moving around this chair. That's just what I do. I'm autistic. So anything else about the relationship? Okay, so after they get along and after they meet each other, get along, eat together, dance together, Elizabeth is probably gonna talk to her men behind Catherine's back in France, or no, she already did that in England. So she's gonna first show up in England, and she's gonna talk to Jeanne d'Albret, because I've seen a video about that of Minnie Driver talking about Elizabeth I she was talking to Jeanne d'Albret, but I could hardly hear what she was saying to Jeanne d'Albret. And I think here's what's gonna happen: that in this first episode, in the last episode of the Serpent Queen, Jeanne d'Albret was talking to her husband Antoine and her brother-in-law Louis, and that they must make a trade deal with Elizabeth I. and she told her that, and she told Antoine, and she told the Bourbon brothers that that's not her problem. She must tell Charles the Ninth. They must the brothers must tell Charles the Ninth, and they did, and and um and she went to England to talk to Elizabeth, and it looks like they're going to make a deal about this, that Elizabeth must make a trade deal with France, and so that's why she came to France and meet with Catherine, and then they get along, then they eat together, dance, and then Elizabeth has a plan to destroy Catherine, and then it's a trick. But well, Catherine knows about this already because she knew about this before she goes to France. I just know it. All right, I'm not. I can tell by this. It's not because I watched it on another website. It's just that I know that's gonna happen. I don't even know. I don't even think there are any websites of them watching episode 2 yet. Of people watching episode 2 yet. So but sorry, I'm trying to think. But I think that's what it's gonna be like. I think that's how their relationship is gonna be like. But I think Catherine still respects Elizabeth because she knows that Elizabeth is being manipulated a little bit by the brothers, by Jean d'Albret, the Bourbon brothers, just to destroy Catherine. And this is not entirely Elizabeth's fault. And I think Catherine would let her go because she's being told to do this. She doesn't want to do this. There is a clip of her saying that you'll cut her fucking head off. They just edited that because there was a clip of Elizabeth saying to whoever Throckmorton that was, either Thomas Throckmorton, Francis Throckmorton. No, definitely not Francis Throckmorton, because he was very young when he was executed. He was executed on July 10th, 1584. This is 1572 to 1574. I mean, to May 30th, 1574, or to the aftermath of King Charles IX's death. And this might be Thomas Throckmorton. So she says to Thomas Throckmorton that he was asking to Elizabeth that, and what about Mary and her condition? Something like that. He was asking to Elizabeth, and then she was like saying this. Elizabeth was like saying this to Thomas Throckmorton. She has her bed, and when the time is right, I'll cut her fucking head off. That's what she was saying instead of Catherine. I knew she was saying that about Mary, but I know she's not going to do it that soon because remember, Elizabeth was executed way late in Catherine's life, so she's not going to do that in season 2. So, I know she really wants to destroy Mary instead of Catherine, and the reason why she wants to destroy Catherine is because she was told to do that, okay? Elizabeth is going to get away with this. Catherine knows that there's still good inside of Elizabeth, and I think Catherine is trying to find her way to make Elizabeth redeem, and try to betray the Bourbons and Jean d'Albret, and I think it would be nice, it would be very good if Elizabeth see Margaret of Valois and Henry of Navarre marry. That would be very good if she attended at the wedding. But what about Jeanne d'Albret? You think that she would? Because she died 2 months prior to the wedding. Sorry if you guys don't know what prior means. I'm just saying that because that's how people say it. And then 2 months. In real life, Jeanne d'Albret died 2 months before Margaret of Valois and Henry of Navarre were married. And but I would like to see Jeanne d'Albret see them married in person before she dies, because that would be a better story instead of real life. All right, we want to see Elizabeth and Jeanne d'Albret, these two Protestant friends, two Protestant ruler friends, see these two marry. That would be a good idea. But I don't know how this. The question is how this relationship is going to end. How will it end until Catherine de Medici's death? Will it be good or will it be bad? We don't know yet, but we know that it could be. Like, I don't mean to say we know it could be, like, I don't mean to say, I wasn't trying to say something like that. I meant to say, we know that in real life, Catherine and Elizabeth's relationship was difficult, because Elizabeth had rejected 3 of her son's proposals, and especially Francis, the Duke of Anjou, because she had many chances of trying to marry him, and she didn't want to because she was known as a virgin queen, and also that she was worried about losing a child. She was worried about losing a child, or even twins or triplets, whatever, how many in her stomach, and she was worried that she could die in childbirth, but she didn't. She had also executed Mary, Queen of Scots, Catherine's daughter-in-law. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that Catherine probably got shocked by that. She probably cared about that. And the reason why she probably cared about that, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because Mary Stuart was married to Catherine's family, and 3 of her sons that Elizabeth rejected are part of Catherine's family. And Catherine is shocked because Elizabeth is doing this to Catherine's family, because she has rejected 3 of her son's proposals, and she had executed her daughter-in-law. But I don't know if Catherine did care, because Mary was, she wanted power. She was rivals with Catherine. She just, Catherine was still sweet to Mary, but not that sweet to Mary, because Mary was just mean, okay? And I know she, in her head, I know that Catherine most likely in her head, when she heard about Mary's execution, she was like, yes, at last, she's gone. Thank you, Lord. Something like that. And this is perfect, right here. Actually, right here, this is perfect. At last, she is gone. Thank you, Lord. Like that. So anyways, these are just my thoughts. I know that I'm mostly going to be wrong when these 7 feature episodes of the Serpent Queen will come out every 7th Friday in the future. So anyways, that is it for this video. That is it to talk about in this video. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's one more thing, that I'm not going to be making any videos for a while, because like I said before, I'm not gonna think of a lot of ideas. I'm just gonna think of a little bit of ideas, and I'll think of ideas of my theories, more theories, and reviews. Or this is a theory, actually. This is a theory video. So I will make theories and reviews in the future, but not all the time. Just a few days in a week, or separate weeks. And I'm warning you guys that I might make videos like a couple of weeks later, because there's not really anything for me to come up with now, alright? Because remember that I had been absent for nearly 2 weeks this time? Well, that's gonna probably happen again. So anyways, that is it for this video, and I hope you guys have fun watching the 2nd episode of the Serpent Queen, and the rest of the episodes of the Serpent Queen Season 2. And the reason why I'm saying it like that is because I could make videos before the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th episodes of the Serpent Queen Season 2, so now you guys get what I'm saying. I'll talk to you guys later, and bye!